Lego my Eggo, please.
Hey guys, it's very late as I'm writing this, and I know this isn't the normal amount of flash I've done with other videos, but I wanted to give my quick thoughts on the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things Season 5, the final season that just dropped on Netflix. This isn't really a review, since I think it would be unfair to give this a proper rating, seeing how we don't know yet where the season will go from here. This is more just my initial reactions having plowed through Volume 1, and I gotta say, I'm a little worried. I've definitely been one of those people saying that the show's been going on for far too long. I was saying this back in Season 3, which I thought should have been where the series ended, honestly. Apart from that cliffhanger in Russia, it more or less works as a pretty satisfying finale. But Season 4 said things had to be bigger, more epic, and hey, whatever. Season 4 was pretty fun. But I do think based on these initial 4 episodes, they might have bitten off a little more than they could chew. Don't get me wrong, the elements of the show that I've liked are still here, but of all the seasons, this one so far feels the least like Stranger Things. Even when the show was at its lowest, it still had this charm to it. It felt like a sincere attempt to mimic the adventure movies of the 80s. But right now, things feel very, how do I say it? Marvel-y. Somehow everything feels expensive but cheap at the same time. Despite shooting on what I'm sure are these big sets and a few real locations, they're filmed in such a way that they feel very flat and lifeless. Think back to previous seasons and all the times we were in the Upside Down and how otherworldly it felt. Now characters just kinda walk around and hang out. And speaking of characters, I guess now's as good a time as any to address the elephant in the room. These kids are old. It's been fun to make jokes about how much older the main cast looks despite little time passing in the actual show, but I'm sorry, now it's getting distracting. Caleb McLaughlin and Gaten Matarazzo are the most distracting, although the recast of Holly Wheeler is also very jarring. Speaking of which, the biggest thing I took away from these first 4 episodes is the story. Right now, it's kind of a mess. Again, there's still 4 more episodes left, so we don't have the full picture, and come New Year's, I may have egg on my face. But despite having more than enough plot to tackle from the end of Season 4, they weirdly decided to introduce a lot of new stuff. Stuff that was never really set up, though they certainly retconned things to make you think they did. Even though it's the last season, a lot of new characters are introduced and side characters are given way more importance, despite never establishing the foundation for said importance until now. Despite what those behind the show will say, it just feels like there wasn't really a plan after the end of Season 4, and they might just be making it up as they go along. And in general, these first 4 episodes can't shake that feeling of being all set up for whatever comes next. Which, you might be thinking to yourself, well duh, that's what TV shows are supposed to do. But even in the prior seasons, stuff was still happening consistently, versus now, where only episode 4 really feels like anything was actually accomplished. But hey, we'll see how things go when those next 3 episodes are streaming in December and when the big finale hits at the end of the year. I want to be optimistic and hold out hope they can stick the landing, but based on this initial outing, I'm a tad more cautious.